So Frank, the quarter just closed, and I feel like we always start with demand. So let's start there again. What are you seeing on the demand side?
Well, on the demand side, we had about 6.3 million square feet of leasing activity, and that was about a 25% drop off quarter over quarter. I know what you're going to say already. Wait, doesn't demand usually drop off after the fourth quarter?
Exactly.
Yes, and that is true. That did happen 6 out of the last 10 years, but the leasing activity was below the 5-year quarterly average and the 10-year quarterly average. We did have notable transactions during the first quarter. There was the Michael Kors renewal at 11 West 42nd Street, the King and Spalding lease at 1290 Avenue of the Americas, the Major League Soccer deal at Penn 2. But nonetheless, even with those deals, we still fell below what was the average amount of leasing activity.
So the demand side is one side, but the supply side is the other, and it does feel like the supply side is moderating a bit. Would you agree?
I would agree, and we have the facts to back it up. So you really do have to separate the narrative of what's been taking place over the last 4 years, and you have to really begin to put it into 2 different categories. So for instance, overall availability has increased more than 80% since March 2020, right?
Well,
yes. But since March 2022, guess how much availability has increased?
5%.
You stole my
The
line.
answer.
Yeah, you stole my line. 5%. That's exactly right. So that is a key reason why you do have to begin to sort of segment the market. And to your point, supply has begun to moderate in certain areas, but there are pops in availability that we saw. Large blocks of space this quarter at 3 Columbus Circle, 1675 Broadway, 55 Water, 125 West 55th. The list was sort of going on and on this quarter.
Well, it's also important to kind of separate the facts from the rumors. There are some rumors out there. We have a client, for example, that's in a building that was rumored to be converted residential. Then that can obviously change the perspective one way or the other. So that's why we turn to experts like you for the facts.
We do like facts. Yes, and absolutely, especially on the conversation about residential conversions. We've been hearing about millions of square feet of potential or rumored conversions over the last several years. But this quarter, for instance, one of the ones that were spoken about in the market, 222 Broadway, the pending purchase and the planned conversion, residential conversion, there was 400,000 square feet of space that came out of the market at 222 Broadway as a result of that, and that led to a significant decrease in the insurance district's availability rate. Now it's just a little over 20% availability in that market.
Great. Well, thank you, Frank. We'll see what happens next one.